Tonight we are going to be doing a wonderful halibut recipe, one that I just really enjoy. I did this actually at the Kitchener Market for a Valentine's Day event that we hosted there, and it is just so much fun and just a different way to eat your seafood. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to use the mandolin to thinly slice your potatoes. If you don't have a mandolin, you absolutely can use your knife, but it's just might be a little bit tougher to get really paper thin pieces, as well as just keep them an even thickness, which is what we're really going for our fish. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick demo. So here is mine. I do not have my guard. I'm not sure where my guard has gone off to, but I don't want to get my fingers close to the blade. So this is what I'm using my fork instead. So I'm going to have to just be careful as I get close to the end there. So all I'm going to do here is take on my mandolin, and I'm just going to run, I'm sure. All right, so I'm just going to slice a few of these potatoes here, and then I am going to show you guys what we're doing with it next. Got all of my potatoes sliced up. I'm just going to be unwrapping this halibut. Of course, I'm sure you guys all know where I picked this up from, which is Cottle's Catch. I have just some beautiful seafood there. I picked up this halibut. What I'm going to be doing is actually taking my potato coins, and I'm going to be laying this out on a piece of plastic wrap. And I'm just going to lay them just slightly overlapped on each other. And then once I do this, probably gonna need a few more here. So I'm just lightly overlapping them, which is why you wanted them nice and thin. So I'm just going through the potatoes that I sliced and just picking out the ones that are the thinnest so that it will cook quickly and evenly. And then I am just going to lay the halibut on top of these potatoes. What you want to do is, this actually is kind of a make-ahead meal. You do want to get the potatoes onto your halibut for about an hour. So you want to season your fish with salt, and then you're going to use the plastic wrap, and you're going to wrap the potatoes on to the fish, and this is going to make a really, really beautiful crust when we put it into the pan. So you want to press that down. I'm going to let this hang out in the fridge for about an hour, and then I'm going to get it into a frying pan. I already had one that I did a little bit earlier, so I'm going to get that unwrapped, and I'm going to show you guys that in the pan in just a second. I've got the fish in the pan. This is an oven-proof pan. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in. It's got some oil on the potatoes. They get nice and crispy. I'm going to give you guys the exact cooking time for the fish, but I'm probably going to leave that in there for about 10 minutes. While it's in the oven, I'm going to show you guys the beautiful cream sauce that's going to be served up with it. The sauce I'm making has leeks in it, which is just such a great vegetable to use. It's a mild flavor. I really enjoy it. So I just want to show you guys how to cut your leeks and make sure that they're clean. Leeks tend to be very, very sandy inside. So, and a lot of times you can get quite a bit of sand going up into the little parts of the vegetable. So I'm going to cut this up, and I'm going to show you guys how to clean it so that you don't get any sandy bits in your sauce. What I did was the leek is a long stalk, and I've already trimmed off. I'm using the light green part and the white part. The dark green part is not really very edible. It's kind of woody and hard, so I don't use that. I cut off the root end of it, and now I'm just going to cut it lengthwise. I kind of like to do almost like a double wash for this. If you have any really hard outsides, you can peel off the first couple of layers to just kind of get to a more tender part. For this, I'm going to take this part and I'm going to give it a good rinse underneath the tap. I'm going to spread out the leaves, and I'm going to give it a good wash in between everything. Okay. And then what I have is a bowl of water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these into the little pieces that I want for my sauce. I'm going to give them a nice slice through. They are going everywhere today. I'm not sure what's happening, but they are trying to get off my cutting board. So you're just going to give these a nice slice. And then I'm going to get these into a bowl of water and let them hang out there for just a couple of minutes. And what's going to happen is any extra sand or dirt that's inside the leeks that I missed or didn't see, that is going to fall to the bottom of my bowl. So a really important step is when you take the leeks out of the bowl, you don't want to drain the water out of the bowl and leave the leeks in the bowl. So what you're going to do is just pour all that sand you emptied out right back into your leeks. So what you're going to do, so I'm going to give these a little quick swish with my hand, kind of separate them all. And then when I add them to my pan, I'm going to actually lift my leeks out of the water, and the dirt is going to fall to the bottom and stay with the water instead of in my leeks. I'm going to head over to my pan where I've melted some butter already to get these leeks cooking down in. I'm going to have a quick check at my fish, and I'm going to get ready to make the sauce for you. I have my leeks going here in about 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt to this. I'm not looking to brown them. I just want them to get nice and soft. I'm going to make a roux in here with about 2 tablespoons of flour also now that my leeks have cooked down. I'm going to get that in there. I'm going to let the flour cook off for a minute or so before I go ahead and add in my heavy cream for the sauce. I'm going to be finishing this with a little bit of dill. It's going to be delicious. The cream sauce is done. It has leeks in it. It has this lovely, rich cream. I finished it off with a little bit of fresh dill, and now I'm just going to get ready to plate this up for you and show you how it looks. So for fish, because I've done a crispy chip on top with the potatoes, I definitely want to make sure that this sauce goes on the bottom of the plate. So I'm actually going to take my spoon and I'm going to just make a little pool in the middle of my plate here. And I'm just going to let it kind of spread out a little bit. Just set that out of the way. And I'm going to take this delicious piece of halibut with those crispy potatoes, and I'm just going to lay that down on top. And then I'm just going to finish it with a little bit of fresh dill. And then I'm going to take a wet paper towel and just clean up the edges where my sauce is dripped. And I'm just going to take a few sprigs of this so you get that nice green on top, and let some fall onto my sauce. It smells so delicious. It's so crispy. And this is how it plates up. I'm going to make sure that I just clean off the edges before I serve this up, but it is going to be just delicious. I hope you guys try it. Remember to come out and support the vendors at the Kitchener Market from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. The food hall is open, and last weekend, it's so exciting, indoor seating opened up as well. Come out, grab your favorite snack, grab a cup of coffee, and just enjoy a Saturday out at the market. I hope to see you there really soon. Bye for now.